Much ado to the family. Much ado to the tribe. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for surfing the wave with me because I'm surfing the wave with you. And welcome back to another episode of Templar Up. Now, what we're not going to do today is we're not going to continue with the blue, purple, red breakdown. We're going to take a slight detour, as it were, and take care of some other things first. Now, to the code keepers and wave surfers, you already know that it must be something if Tide Battle Boots is walking. And we're going to dig on it. And I promise you that the next code drop is coming in hot. Alright. So, before we begin, what it do. And today we're going to talk about how it do. You know, I want to start off with saying that you know, one of the things that we, or I, what attracted me to 432 and what 432 is about, and has always been about, is that frequency, energy, and vibration. That's it. Frequency, energy, and vibration. And I've always appreciated that no matter how we surf the wave, no matter what type of recon or research that we do, that has always remained true. And with that come a certain bit of a swagger. You know, it is that swag frequency after all. And I want to say, much ado for everyone out there surfing the wave. But it seemed to be that the hijack is never late. And that's because the indigenous truth is always right on time. So let's start here, right? And again, I do appreciate each and everybody that's been surfing the wave. So it would appear that there's always someone popping off in the wrong frequency, energy, and vibration. Now, Mr. Graves wanted to pop off. And it's funny because it's been nothing but a hob when it comes down to the flow, the code, and you. I've gotten nothing but mad love from everybody across the planet, and I appreciate you. And I say thank you. But every so often, stuff like this pops up, you know what I'm saying? This type of action, right? So let's dig on it. Let's now, just in all fairness, my jigger already responded to you, so you've been responded to. So let me be clear. This ain't about you. It's about that frequency, energy, and vibration. It's about that 4-3-2. Okay? And when we come across stuff like this, you got to tune up. You got to suit up and choose up. So let's break this all down. Because this comment encapsulates what we've been dealing with and what we deal with a lot, surfing the wave. You know, this is one of the main reasons why we talk about Nehemiah. This is one of the reasons why we talk about Hosea. This is one of the reasons why we talk about Job. This is one of the reasons why we talk about Noah. This is one of the reasons we talk about Caesar Messiah. This is one of the reasons why we dig upon the etymology. So, amongst other things, like living it. You see, I used to say a long time ago, I am not a Templar, but the Templar is me. And that's because the family, the tribe, has chosen me to be so. They deem me worthy of such a thing. And because of that, I try to stay to a certain code, especially when dealing with stuff like this. Now, if it was any other drop, I promise you, I probably wouldn't have said anything. I'm just not that type of cat. But because it's this drop, we gonna dig on it. We're gonna have to address it. We really are. Now, this young man says, bruh, what the fuck was your point here? With 4 question marks. So we already know he's super confused. And my Jigga did a great job here of answering just that. But let's really break it on down to the snap bone, shall we? You see, the reason why we say that the hijack's never late is because it's true. You see, the whole point about keeping the code is so that you don't have to encounter or so that you are weaponized, so that you know how to handle yourself. You know, there's a word for that. It's called character. So, bruh, what the fuck I'm talking about here, what my point here is that you and a lot of people like you are people without character. You have no nobility. You have no class. There's nothing regal about you. You are very much in line with a bottom feeder. You are very unclean. Because you like to bottom feed on low vibing energy. And it's not just you. Please believe. It's not just you. But with that being said, now I tend to keep my dragonfly perspective on the drop. But here, I got my full dragonfly perspective on you in this comment. You see, we don't quote unquote bang. That's not what we do. We don't bang on nobody. We say firm, fixed, and immovable. And the whole point here is so that if you do know who you are, you know how, and they can't tell you who you're not. So, but you got my attention, and it's not just you. It's not just you. It's other people across the plane and other schools of thought. You know, whether that's other quote unquote Hebrew Israelites, that want to yah everything up. No matter if it's the red, black, and green community. You know what I'm saying? We dug on that. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's other tribes. It doesn't matter if it's high academia. It doesn't matter if it's dealing with Moors. It doesn't matter if we're dealing with who we deal with. And the reason why we deal with so many is because we keep the code. So you see, there's something, and I can understand. Sometimes the things that are being presented can sound so cosmic and so far out of reach that it doesn't seem realistic. It sounds, especially anything esoteric and exoteric. But it's more natural than it is supernatural. You just got to know how to go with the flow. Now, why am I vexed? Well, it's because the questioning of the point. You see, our aquas, they don't have a need to be on the front lines dealing with niggas like you or anybody like you. You see, this comment here, this is a very white comment. And that's not W-H-I-T-E, right? That's very W-I-G-H-T. And it needs to be dealt with and addressed immediately, because I don't want your negative vibes poisoning the water. You haven't, I'm very glad that I talked about the Gideon. I talked about judges. See, you're that, and there's a lot of people just like you. And that's why there's always a test. Let's see how you treat the water. Are you going to lap it up like a dog? Or are you actually going to put a cup in your hand and drink from it like a man? Right? But you don't want to face the point, right? Nobody can tell you nothing. If you already know, if you already got the drop, then keep it moving, keep it pushing. This ain't for you. And I can understand that. I ain't mad. I ain't mad at all. Now, just to kind of tidy things up and wrap things up on this topic, I'm going to show you why you need to apologize to our aquas, not me, and anybody like you. You know why? Let's break this down here. Number one, you didn't say bruh or bro. Very effeminate, very, 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 in that feminine form. Now, I'm not your bitch, bruh. And no one in Drop Nation is your bitch either, bruh. That's what the fuck, in my opinion. And anybody and everybody like you. Now, it's my hope that you can, choose up. Because you could have asked this question 1,000 different ways. You know how I know? Because I got other people in here going on old drop. This drop is from like 3-4 years ago, maybe 5. And she's digging on it for the first time, right? You know what I'm saying? They're actually doing their homework. And let's be very, very clear and M.H.O.E, D.Y.O.D.H for this one. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. But in any case, you make the comment of bruh, right? Right? And then you immediately your 4 questions, because 4 is the number of tribulations, right? It's not curiosity or a misunderstanding. I don't think you have a misunderstanding. I think you know exactly what the point is. And most people like you do. Most people like you do. Now, bruh, why do I say you need to apologize to our aquas? Because I had to meditate and pray on it. What got you triggered? Feel them drums. What got you triggered? Well, after further review, I know what the problem is. See, you have a problem with me giving a hop to our aquas. I'm not disrespectful to our aquas. You have a problem with me trying to teach and educate other people, whether they're a part of our tribe or not. You see, I don't think you understand. But there's people across a couple of different continents rocking the 432, bruh. They ain't got no problem fully understand what the fuck. But again, your problem came in, and again, because we showing the hop to our sisters. And you know, it's not beyond or past the hijack. That's kind of common, because the first thing they want to do is break up the home, the family unit, as it were, right? So that the sinus of Phyllis can be a wolf in sheep's clothing when our aquas have no protection, right? That's what this is about. Now, Templar, why would you say something like that? Well, like I said, after much meditation, I had to figure out what it was that it was actually egging this dude. And I figured out what it was. You know what was bothering you? What egged you? Because most people like you, when y'all make comments like that, y'all don't even really watch the whole thing through. But this is how the video started. That image bothered you. Me putting this image in proper context bothered you. To honor our queens, bruh. And it bothers you that in honoring our queens makes us as a tribe more manly. Because we keep the code. You see, people like you don't watch the entire video. Y'all just get to a certain point and then y'all freak out without watching anything, right? But this is what bothered you. This, to seeing a beautiful amber, copper-colored dragoness, beautifully depicted, because you don't know what a regal woman looks like. And with that being said, I could probably open the door to a couple of other types of commentaries that's uncalled for, but I'm going to stay on code. I'm not going to disrespect you that way. But the point is that maybe, just maybe, if you understand and actually apply and do what we're saying, then you won't show yourself to be a fool. Right? I mean, it was literally in this drop, wasn't it? We went over the etymology and breakdown of fool and what it connects to. But you didn't watch that. Of course not. Of course you didn't. Why would you? What the fuck? So, let me be clear to the tribe and everybody across the planet. I don't care about your background. I don't. And most of us here at Rock Nation don't care about where you coming from either. But the one thing we are not going to tolerate is a lack of respect. You can disagree with the information. You can just simply ask the question, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? What does it mean? At least you would have been in the right vibration for a proper answer. Because, to be honest with you, this much attention that my jigga gave you is more than you deserve. And everybody like you. Bruh. So, why are we over here choose a village gonna rock with our queens? We gonna keep putting it in your face bone for you to get it. You see, that's the problem with the whole Christian hijack. You got the big sky daddy. You got the swine son, right? And you ain't got no mama. You got some ghost. Versus flesh and blood, something that has bred life into you. You see, it's not about and let's just cut the bullshit. Cause I'll be the first person to tell you, don't be a simp. That's not what I'm saying. But there is a right way and a wrong way. You know, there was once a wise man who wrote in a very wise book called Proverbs, speaking of a precious woman and how her value is more precious than rubies, diamonds, pearls. You see, my naga, when you have polarity versus duality, you have electricity and balance. You have flow. Your mama should have taught you that. And she probably did, and you just didn't listen. So, with that being said, I'm going to let everybody go ahead and get back to what they had planned on spiraling on doing this week. I'm going to get back to finishing up what I need to do as far as that blue, purple, red, white linen, gold thread. And we'll bring it back another time. And yeah, to each and everybody out there, y'all act like that, and we call you on it, 9 times out of 10, you probably need to apologize to our queens. You can talk about me. You can talk about anybody else, any other ox. But slick remarks, disrespecting our queens, we ain't going for that. Much hop to the family. Much hop to the tribe. Halil Hawa. Halewa. I love y'all. Peace. And shalom.